Yeah, 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 yeah. Is to the streets in your area. What's good, everybody? I apologize about the delay, man. I was on the phone with my son, and we hadn't got into a great conversation and everything. Y'all know how that be, man. Y'all know how that be, man. I try to talk to my son. We talk periodically. He's 21, so y'all know how it is. You young guys, it's kind of hard to catch him. So when he called me, I had to take every moment to, ask every question. But we had a great conversation. We definitely started talking about this situation. So, when I look at these situations that are happening out here in the world, as far as the police brutality and things of that nature, and the way that these young dudes are moving, as far as everybody wanting to be in gangs and everybody moving in these groups and stuff, man, it's very important to talk to your teenage kids or your kids who are reaching that age of their early 20s and everything. Just giving them that information they need. And we definitely was talking about this Tyree Nichols situation. He's seen bits and pieces of it or whatever, but that type of stuff, it makes me want to talk to my son and be like, hey man, if you having the police encounters, brother, just lay it all the way down, because I can only imagine what these parents be dealing with. Oh no, I'm not explaining. I'm just giving some. I love to talk about my son. I love to talk about my son because I'm so proud of him. Like when we was talking, when he's just telling me the things that he's getting in order and everything, it's like, damn, this kid is wise beyond his years, man. Of him trying to put his life together. So it's just a proud feeling. So I just let y'all know. So if anybody just a single parent or something, maybe it's a mother out there listening, and she be like, what dang. She's debating on having a man maybe have conversations with her son. It's always worth to keep a man around to have conversations with your son. You need a man around. It ain't got to be your man, but let them talk to them young men. They definitely need guidance. They definitely need mentors, all that good stuff. I'm so glad that I'm able to be here, be free, or to be alive, to be able to teach my own son. I don't have to depend on somebody else to step in and teach my son how to be a man. And when I get to talk to him and everything, I get to kind of check my progress. Yeah, I get to check my progress. I get to see if I've been on my if everything that I've been doing right, because it's going to show through him. The stuff that I've been preaching to him, it's only going to show when I see him. So, but salute to the homie Kwame Brown, man, for doing another great live. He had the brother Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown, come on up again, and man, that was another powerful interview. 2 back to back. He got these wabbits mad. I'm talking about mad, big mad. Got a big mad, little mad. Got these wabbits big mad, little mad. I came to the live kind of late. I got there probably like the last 15 minutes. I took a nap when I got off of work, and I come in there and I see people, and I went back and looked at the replay, and I'm seeing people put in the chat that that DuBoy was he trying to flag and record the man live and all that. I'm like, bro, you done got pathetic at this point. Like, damn, bro. Salute Madeline Queen. Salute Knowledge Power. Salute Douglas Cook. Salute Steady Grinding, David Johnson. Salute to Carl Belton. Miss J, I know you probably the first in here, like always. Jenny Velez, I don't know if you're in here. Salute to Lovelace. I don't know if you're in here. I'm just speaking on people I know be here on the regular. Miss Good Cookie, Tyree Dead is shutting the rumors down. Do not deflect. And Edge to the street. Oh no, I'm not gonna deflect. I'm seeing. I'm literally, now that you speak of that, Well, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Salute Eric Gooden. Salute Savage Reaction. Big Rig, Jew Martin. Salute Chocolate Candy Lady. Salute that boy Tay. Said cold as hell out there, 6 degrees, bruh. I'm in Florida, but I don't know nothing about that. But salute to me. It better be a cover up. You mad at a man and wanted revenge because your wife is inviting him rather than pissing at her. Yeah, I actually salute V Chan, salute Clarence Bank Jr., salute Carl Belton. But yeah, of course let's get into the topics. But yeah, there's a lot of rumors going on or whatever. And I kind of had stayed away from this rumor because until I seen it as a solid fact, I didn't want to, be the one to say, oh, this is for show. R Bird, salute, brother. K2O EP1, salute. I kind of stayed away from it until I, okay, I want to see just some solid facts, see something that, because I know how social media is. And we all looking for answers. And we're trying to make sense out of something that don't make sense. So that's why I didn't, that's why I asked the question, was Tyree Nichols targeted by a cop over a woman? I'm asking the question. I'm not saying that it's 100% fact or none of that. I'm asking, was he targeted over a woman? Because there are a lot of key details now that would make you think that there was more than just what was on the surface. There's more than just that was on the surface. Now, what I can say though is this man background history is consistent with what we just seen on QW. What we seen on footage is consistent with this man's history. And when I say that, when they start digging a little deeper into, this man's history, as far as the Haley guy, he used to work at correctional facility. And there was a guy already that had filed a complaint on this guy for excessive force. He claimed that and he actually filed a lawsuit, but the lawsuit got dismissed. So the guy said that the officer, him and another officer came in there. They claimed that they smelled smoke or whatever. Or I think it might have been about a cell phone. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the article because I hate to misquote things. But long story short, he claimed that Officer Haley ended up slamming him on the sink, and he ended up blacking out. So when that happened, the guy filed a lawsuit. The lawsuit got dismissed though. So, like I've been very adamant about, nobody would have said anything about this if the guy would have lived. They do all kind of police brutality, but as long as the guy lives, as long as whoever the person is, as long as they live, all of it can get brushed on the table. All of it can get brushed on the table. And I can tell you that for a fact. Just look at the cases in the past. Look at the cases in the past. Like, and another thing, if it wasn't caught on camera, it would get brushed on the table. How do we know this? Because we can just go back in history and look at the Breonna Taylor case. We can go back in history and look at the Breonna Taylor case. Why did not those officers that killed Breonna Taylor, why did they not get arrested or charged? Because we didn't see it on film. We didn't see when they came in, what kind of demands they did, when did they start shooting, where they was wrong at. All we had was their word against our word, or the police word versus a dead person's word, or versus her boyfriend's word. Because guess what? They made her boyfriend out to be a criminal. So being that they said, oh, we had a justifiable reason why we busted in their house and started shooting because her ex-boyfriend was a drug dealer. So anybody that's just looking for an excuse, like, oh yeah, they had a reason because her ex-boyfriend was a drug dealer. Then come to find out they had the wrong damn house. Did anybody get charged for the negligence or any of that? Nope, because No one saw the footage. If you'd have saw the footage, there would have been a whole different result. I guarantee you. I guarantee it would have been a whole different result if we had saw the footage of Breonna Taylor's death. And like I said, those were 5 white cops. We're talking about 5 black cops here. We never seen this swift a punishment and firing of cops until it's 5 black people. They don't mind throwing these weapons to the wolves. Trust me. They don't mind throwing them to the wolves. And they saying the written report is different from the camera. Right. I'm going over that. I was just about to get to that. I'm glad you kind of brought that up, Teddy Graham. Salute to you. And changes needed. Salute to you. So in this, but back to the case of Tyree Nichols, you know, there's more details coming out. Like I say, there's a lot of rumors that saying that that it was a woman involved, that the feds that he worked at, the ex of the Haley, what's the guy name? Something Haley. What's his first name? Y'all know who I'm talking about though. The Haley officer. They're saying that a lot of people have confirmed that his baby mama, ex baby mama, or ex girlfriend / baby mama, works at the same FedEx that Tyree did. So people are linking that up. It's a rumor going around, but I did see a YouTube video where the father, he kind of, you know, dismissed that, the stepfather anyway. Now, to be honest though, if he did have, like, say he was just smashing on the side, like they didn't have like a serious all out, oh, we going on dates and all that kind of stuff, kind of relationship. Say he was just smashing every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Say that's what was going on. How would his stepfather know? Not discrediting his stepfather or anything, but say he had a little smash along going on with the young lady. He might not know. He might have not known his personal business, you know, because it might have not even been important to him. Yeah, it might have not even been no big deal to him. So he never thought to say, hey, stepdaddy, I'm smashing this girl at work. But there are a lot of people that are posting that video. And then there are rumors that and people are also screenshotting the part where the officer is taking pictures of Tyree as he's pretty much right there in this daze, as he's been beaten to a pulp and he's sitting right there on the car. You got this cop, he's taking pictures of the man in the state that he's in. It's rumored that he sent the pictures to his baby mama. Now we'll find that out later. We will find that out later. It won't stay under wraps that long. So if that's true, we're definitely going to see that in real time. Hold up. Yeah, if there's any truth to that, we definitely will find that out in real time. If he had a relationship with a young lady at work, and maybe it was the cop's ex-girlfriend, if he really did send those photos, we'll definitely find that out in court now. If he really did take photos of this man and send it to the young lady, maybe as a show, yeah, I done did this to that nigga that you ain't, that you was messing with, or whatever. It would explain a lot. I ain't gonna lie, because we're trying to make sense out of something that don't make sense. Now, if we realize that this was a targeted attack and it had something to do with something personal, it would make more sense than, just the regular old police brutality or whatever. It would make more sense that, there was something that had to be something that had to be a little bit more personal. Um, we did know about there's a seventh officer that's supposedly arrested, but for some reason they won't release his name. Now, what do y'all think about that, y'all? For some reason, you got a seventh officer. They don't want to release the name of this officer. What are they trying to protect about this officer, y'all? Because there's no problem with naming everybody else. You have a couple of EMTs that got a couple of EMTs that were arrested. I showed y'all yesterday why they were arrested for standing around not doing anything. Salute Dimple D. But if it was about this man's baby mama, this man put all these folks in a do-low twist about his personal situation. All of them are gonna have to look at their career and be like, man, if they found out that this man did that over a female, they're gonna have to look at their career and be like, man, I just threw away everything for this tender dick ass dude. Got to be more careful. Has to be more careful. So let me pull up this article about this. We got a young man that testified that this special police force that they violated his civil rights also. But like I said before, if this man wouldn't have died, there would have been no justice. This kind of stuff happens all the time. But the reason that these guys still do what they do is because they beat people's ass so much without any consequences. You can sit there and you can go and make a complaint all you want to. They'll cover up for these guys. Ain't till somebody ends up dead that they'll actually take any kind of action. And I'm about to prove that right now, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and prove that. I'm gonna go ahead and prove that. Former police officer. Let's look at this officer's past, because he was a correctional officer at one time. So let's look at his past. Let's look at another guy's testimony of this officer's well, not just this officer, but this gang unit's behavior. And then I'm gonna show y'all a video of a situation that the person didn't die, but every bit of this man's rights were violated. But guess what? Nothing will happen to the officer. Will get fired, but all the officer has to do is go to the next state, and he can just redo everything that he's done before. Everything that he's done before, and nobody will blink an eye. They'll hire him right on because, hey, he's already got experience with, upholding the law, as they would say. So let's get into this first video. I just wanted to give a little commentary real quick. Give people enough time to come in. Salute Shirley Kirk. Give people a little time to come in, see what's going on. So let me go into my first evidence of just the kind of wabbitry that be going on. Okay, so this is about the officer in Tyree Nichols' case that beat an inmate unconscious in 2016. The guy filed the lawsuit, but the lawsuit got, thrown out because nobody knew about it. When you look at a guy and say, oh yeah, he in jail, he deserves that. Since you're in jail, you deserve to get beat almost unconscious. Salute, Mom Boss. Hold on, let me turn down my TV. So fair use. I'm gonna play this gonna play this little news clipping, and we're gonna find out more about this beating that the guy in jail suffered from. See, if this guy would have got proper discipline when he was accused of beating this guy unconscious in the jailhouse, and this should have been in his permanent record. So when he tried to come and get this job with the Memphis police, this would have pulled up. Say, hold on, you already have a history of excessive force, of not being able to control yourself, not being able to follow the rules. Nah, sir, we're not gonna hire you. You need to go to the mall and see if you can get a job at the mall, brother. Because law enforcement is not for you. In your eyes, you think that excessive force to another to a citizen is necessary. You don't know how to handle things the right way. Salute, Kwame. Salute, Steph. Salute, 27 Darren. So this is the video of the officer in 2016 that beat the young man unconscious, and he should have never been on the force from the beginning. If they would have addressed this back in 2016, we wouldn't be experiencing what we're experiencing today. Fair use, YouTube. Well, we still would be experiencing it, but he wouldn't have been the one doing it. Because remember, he was the one that led this charge. He was the first one that went and pulled the man out of the car. He was the one that pulled him over. He was the one that led this charge. Salute Jimmy McFly. Salute Tiffany Renee. Salute V Chance.
The history of one of the former Memphis police officers involved in the arrest of Tyree Nichols. Demetrius Haley is one of 5 officers that have been fired from the department following Nichols' arrest and death. This afternoon, another man claims he was beaten by Haley. WRG Shay Arthur is live with that information. Shay?
Yeah, these allegations come from a lawsuit from several years ago where a man claims that he was beaten by Haley so bad he passed out.
Justice for Tyree! Justice for Tyree!
Before these chants,
Justice for Tyree! Justice for Tyree!
a now former inmate at the Shelby County Corrections Center claims he too was beaten by the same officer, now fired following the death of Tyree Nichols. The case goes back to 2016 when he filed a federal lawsuit against Demetrius Haley, who...
See, now this guy literally filed a lawsuit against this guy. Terran, salute my guy. Salute 40 the splatter. I think I said that right. Salute to you. A little new in here, so salute to all the newcomers. But yeah, he literally targeted this officer. He wasn't suing the whole jailhouse and all that stuff like that. He targeted this officer. And what did they do about it? Oh, you're an inmate. You locked up. You deserve a good old ass whooping. Yeah, that was a fire lie, KB, man. That was a fire lie, man. Salute to you. So, like I said, like I've been preaching, if it wasn't caught on camera, if somebody didn't die, they will never respond. You got to die. Somebody has to take the fall. Somebody got to take the death. Just so you can get real justice. Just so you can get your rights. Just so things can get handled the right way. You gotta die. You gotta die. When I told y'all about those cops pulling me over in Atlanta, pulling me out my truck, putting those guns in my head, telling me they're gonna blow my head off if I move any kind of suddenly, I'm scared to unlock my door. If them cops would have killed me, being that I couldn't get no justice. Remember I told y'all the cop told me to take it up with Obama. I called the regular police. Regular police said you had to be doing something wrong. I'm like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Only thing I was doing is driving around here looking for something to eat. I'm a citizen. Why can't I get the same justice? If I was doing something wrong, y'all have had all the justification to do everything that y'all just did. But when you found out that I'm not doing nothing wrong, you still treat me like a criminal. You could have took my life. You didn't take my life, fortunately. You could have took my life. Now when I want to make a complaint and everything, you guys make it so hard to make a real complaint. And if you make a real complaint, you have those people who will hide it for you, who will brush it under the rug, tell you that you crazy, that you alive, don't worry about it. But see, you could prevent somebody else from going through that. You can prevent somebody from losing their life if you address these type of issues when they happen. When these dudes do this type of stuff, this ain't the first time. Salute Jay Lee. This ain't the first time. Yeah, Mom Boss, I was just saying that he allegedly sent to BM a picture of Tyree after he beat him. Now, I don't know if that's true, but we do see him taking a picture of Tyree while he's beating up on that car. Now, what would make you say, okay, we got a guy here beating to a pulp right here. Let me take a picture of him. Why are you taking a picture of this guy, you know, beating up like that when you should be helping him medically? Even if he was fighting you back, even if he ran from you, he gave you the fight of your life. If he did everything that you claim he tried to do, take your gun and all that stuff. Still, after you beat this man like this, at least have a heart to try to help the man out after he's in handcuffs. Let's finish up this little bit. I had to get that out. Like I say, if they would have handled this the right way, they fired him, but they let him go right into the police force. Oh yeah, you did a good job when you almost killed that dude in jail. Now we need to make sure we give you a job with the Memphis police.
Worked the correction center. The handwritten lawsuit claims officers came in for a random search after believing they saw smoke coming from the area. The man alleged he was strip searched in a restroom by Haley and another officer while a sergeant supervised. He claims the officers told him he tried to flush contraband, going on to say Haley and another officer punched him in the face.
Now, we could believe that now. They probably didn't believe it back then when the man said, hey, the officer was punching me in my face. And he tried to tell somebody, like, nah, you did something. Salute the revolution. They probably like, yeah, you did something. You the one had the phone. You the one was there. I don't care if I had a phone. I don't care if I was smoking. I don't care if I had a phone. You got another officer here. Y'all strip searching me. There's no reason to put your hands on me if I'm not putting my hands on you. You saying I tried to flush the contraband? That ain't no reason for you to punch me in my face. Have y'all ever seen a jailhouse toilet? You ain't flushing no damn phone down no jailhouse toilet. You ain't flushing no cell phone down no regular toilet. So that don't even make no sense. You think they asked that question like, I don't know, man, this don't make no sense. You say to me, the man tried to flush the phone down the toilet. That's why you punched him in the face, slapped him on the toilet. Come on now. You ain't saying the man trying to flush drugs or something. You saying that the man tried to flush the contraband. You're saying you came in there because you seen smoke, but now it done turned into a cell phone. Which one is it now? Did you bring the cell phone as the evidence? Only evidence is this man here unconscious. Did those officers, they say that there was a sergeant on deck. So if there was a sergeant there and this man ended up unconscious, what did y'all tell these people of how this man ended up unconscious?
At one point saying the other officer picked him up and slammed him face first into a sink, then to the floor. After that, he passed out, waking up in a medical unit.
I can't make this up, y'all. This the news. Y'all know, hey, according to, y'all know the news supposed to be telling the truth. The news supposed to be telling the truth. Say the man picked the man up, slammed him face first into the toilet. Face first into the toilet. Have y'all ever seen one of those jailhouse toilets? Those jokers are metal. Slammed them man, they picked him up, slammed him face first into the toilet. This man went so far as to file a lawsuit, so you know he wasn't capping. Y'all know he wasn't capping. You think that man made that up to the point where he had to go file his own lawsuit? This man was adamant about that. He was like, man, I want some justice. But they failed him. They didn't give him no justice. They had a chance to hit him with, they didn't want to, go with that lawsuit. Oh no, they wasn't going to give him that lawsuit. Why? Because he wasn't dead. Now, if he was dead, his family would have got the money. You got to be dead. Yeah. We ain't gonna let no live nigga just come up here and tell us what we done did wrong. Yeah, only how you gonna prove that if you dead. So you can get Benjamin Crump to come through, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody get paid. I wonder if Benjamin Crump comes through if you live. Do he only represent you if you dead? No diss to him. Hey. But I'm wondering if he will only represent you if you dead. Will you just get just as much representative when you're alive? We'll find out. We're gonna find out.
In 2018, a judge dismissed the case, citing failures by the plaintiff, not submitting necessary information when requested. According to Memphis police, Haley was hired in August of 2020. For now, it's unclear what his role was in the incident earlier this month that landed Tyree Nichols in the hospital.
So instead of the Memphis police looking into that before they hired this man, they should have looked at that situation and thoroughly looked at that situation and said, okay, what happened here? You got a lawsuit against you just a couple of years ago. What happened in this lawsuit? And they say, oh, dang, a dude sued you because you allegedly slammed him into a toilet, knocking him unconscious. If that's something that we want at our police, in our police force, could this be problematic? You think they asked that question? Or they were like, oh shit, you a killer of these niggas? You a killer nigga? All right, come on, sign up right here. Yeah. So I can understand why the police chief, she's under a little scrutiny. They feel like she gotta go. I get it. But before she go, I want all those officers that came on that scene, you know, the ones that had their hand in their pocket, the one that felt like they felt the need to go hold a man's legs down, the one that felt the need to walk up and, you know, just stand around, the EMTs that walked up, stood around with their hands in their pockets, walk away from the man. Because I showed the video yesterday of the dude in California. They didn't even beat him. They didn't beat him. They just shot him a couple of times, held him down. Even though he died in their custody, they gave him medical attention immediately. They kept hands on him. They made sure he was all right the whole time or whatever. They did it the right way. Now, even though he died at the hospital 4 hours later, I don't know how. We're still trying to figure that out. But we see the difference. That's what they should have did with this guy. They should have made sure that this guy had medical attention the whole time, never leaving his side, making sure he stay conscious. All of that. Now, as I said before, when it's black people killing black people, do anybody stand up? Do anybody say anything? No, we don't. We don't. We don't care when it's black on black crime. But when it's the police, we are outraged. But if that was 5 dudes from the hood, let's say that man was walking home, right? And he got jumped by 5 black dudes in the neighborhood, and they beat him to death. Would people be outraged? Nah. Just another nigga that got jumped in the hood by the gang. And that's sad. That is sad. Let me play the rest of this video so we can go on to the next video.
And later dead. MPD announced Haley had been terminated last week. And Alex, April, we have requested Haley's files from when he worked for Shelby County as well as the city of Memphis. Right now, we are waiting to hear back.
I bet y'all are waiting to hear back. Every time you want to see some real paperwork, that's when you gotta wait to hear back. Hold on real quick. Let me pull up the guy who reported that this same special task force pretty much assaulted him also. There are other complaints about this unit. And like I say, if you ain't dead though, your complaint's gonna go unheard. Like this guy's here. Since he wasn't dead, his complaint went unheard. If they would have went on ahead and followed up on this guy's complaint alone, they would have known that they had something going on inside of their system. Because I've had this same complaint myself. I had cops that harassed me, did stuff to me. Salute Keeper of Hearts, and I went and complained to the sergeant, and they looked at me crazy like, "Oh, you must be was doing something." You think they went and corrected their officers for excessive force or doing things that they ain't had no business doing? No, they never do that. Now let me pull up this other article. I mean this next story, because it's a guy letting you know he made a complaint on these guys several weeks before. And it went on deaf ears. And I can see why a lot of people are going at this sergeant. I mean the police chief of not doing her job, because they could have addressed this situation. This is a two situation where they probably could prevented a death just by doing their job. Then this is what happened when you let the police themselves. They ain't gonna find that they did anything wrong. The fair use. One life, salute to you.
Memphis Police's Scorpion unit may have been unknown to most Memphians, but those who say they had encounters with the special unit knew plenty about their tactics.
All I hear is freeze, get out the car, put your MF hands up before I blow your heads off. Both.
Now it seemed like that kind of vocabulary is normal to them. Cause remember I told y'all that's what they told me. Put your hands up, I'll blow your motherfucking head off. I'm like, what? Hold on. Why are you talking to me like that? Like, why are you psychologically messing up my head like that? You're telling me you gonna blow my head off. Why are you focused on blowing my head off? Why you can't just say, hey, put your hands in the air? You know what I'm saying? Don't try to reach for nothing. Freeze. Put your hands in the air. Don't move. You don't have to say, I'm about to blow your MF head off and all that stuff like that. All of these violent commands.
You get out the car. So put your hands up. So I put my hands up, and one of the officers proceeded to come to the car, and he physically pulled me out by my shoulder.
Now, when I showed y'all that video yesterday, because remember the officer, he said, first thing he said when he was explaining what happened, what he said? He said, yeah, man, I was hitting the button like, stop. Then he got out the car and he walked up to the car. He claimed old boy jumped out the car and swung at him. We didn't see none of that. When did this man swing at you? Oh, he even tried to grab such and such gun. We didn't see that. We didn't see none of that. But we did see you go straight up to that car door, open the door while you claiming that this man got out and swung at you. We watched you open the door, grab this man by his shoulder, just like this man here is saying. Exactly what this man said you did to him. We watched you do it on camera to Tyree. So who do we believe right now? Do we believe this guy that they would probably throw out there to the media and say, this black guy that y'all looking at right here, oh, he's a criminal. They probably go in his past. He might have had a little dope charge or something 15 years ago. He might have had a domestic dispute with his old lady or something. When this guy comes to, explain this to a chief police officer, hey, I wasn't doing anything. This guy, they came and gave me all these unlawful commands. They threatened to blow my head off. They came and snatched me out my car. when he tries to explain this to the cops, I mean to authorities, to the higher authority, do y'all think he got the proper respect as a citizen, as a hardworking man, as a father? Forget if he black or white, just as a citizen. Do y'all think he got the proper respect of a proper investigation? And if they would have, this would have prevented what happened to Tyree.
With a gun no more than a foot away from my head.
Cornell McKinney says he could get no response to his complaints to police internal affairs over how he was stopped without reason. His story is now getting national attention after the dramatic video of Scorpion.
Now, what did we just watch this cop just do right now? The same thing that that man described happened to him. The same thing that that man just said happened to him. We just watched this cop just do in a blink of a second. In a blink of a second. Watch this.
Physically pulled me out by my shoulder with a gun no more than a foot away from my head.
Cornell McKinney says he could get no response to his complaints to police internal affairs over how he was stopped without reason. His story is now getting national attention after the dramatic video of Scorpion.
But his story couldn't get no attention till we see another man get killed. Now it's getting national attention. Now they believe him. Now he might can get his lawsuit. Now the other guy could probably get his lawsuit. Now they could get it because somebody had to die. Ass backwards. Y'all wonder why we have this problem? Because that's just like letting your girl cheat on you over and over and over. You think she gonna stop cheating on you if you don't never leave her? If you don't never correct the situation? Nah. Nah. They ain't gonna stop doing what they're doing if there's no accountability to their actions. If y'all gonna let them get away with it all the time, if you're gonna let cops get away with bad behavior, and only thing you're gonna say, oh, we're gonna suspend you for a week, or they ain't gonna do it but make them matter. That's a vacation to them. They gonna go home, they gonna get mad, like next time when I do something like this, I'm gonna just be more sneakier about it. That's all they gonna do. Or if you do fire them, if you're not charging them for doing unlawful action, all they got to do is go to the next state. Excuse me. All they got to do is go to the next state. They got another job. They can put on a badge, a gun, and they can do it all over again.
Appropriate officers seeming to do the same thing to
I ain't gonna show it, y'all. I almost, y'all see the man with his hand back right here, y'all. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. They gonna be playing this in court. Let's see what this guy had to say.
And on CBS This Morning, Crump said there is more to come in this case.
We're going to have a press conference tomorrow with another citizen who said he was just going to get a pizza about 3 or 4 days before this happened to Tyree Nichols, and that they attacked him, threw him on the ground, put a gun to his head, and he reported it the next day, called twice, and they never responded. And the belief, Gail and Tony and Vlad, is if they would have just responded, then maybe, just maybe, Tyree Nichols would not have been killed.
Now, you ain't got to like this guy, but he's spitting facts right now. You ain't got to like this guy. You could call him an ambulance chaser. You could call him whatever you want to. But, hey, that's a fact. This man called a couple of days before and said, hey, I was just going to get pizza. I got pulled out of my car for no reason. Got a gun put in my head, my life threatening and all that. If a regular citizen come and put a gun to your head, yank you out your car and tell you all this crazy stuff, that's kidnapping, that's assault, that's all kind of stuff. That's aggravated assault, that's kidnapping. But as long as I give you a badge, this is allowed. And then when citizens come to complain, now all of a sudden, oh yeah, they don't. Did y'all think that they even mentioned that to that guy? I bet they ain't even mentioned to that guy, hey man, there's a complaint about you doing this. Y'all think he went on an administrative leave while they investigated any of that stuff? Nah. They didn't do none of that. They didn't want to do none of that.
Three days later.
The same thing Cornell McKinney told me last week.
And I was like, that's them. I said, that's crazy, that's them. I said, now they don't really hurt somebody. This could have been prevented if the Internal Affairs took action like I was asking them to do.
Following
Now, what happens when the Internal Affairs don't do their job? Do we rally with the Internal Affairs? Who do we go to after the Internal Affairs? Because just like I told y'all when them cops did that to me in Atlanta, I asked them, I say, well, can I get a number to a supervisor? Can I talk to Internal Affairs? Can I get the proper information that I have to show that y'all were not being professional, that y'all did this the wrong way? They told me to get the fuck on. I was interfering with a federal investigation. I'm like, well, y'all pulled me out of my car. Y'all was interfering with my everyday life. Because I wanted to report something like this in case it happened to somebody else and it could prevent somebody else from losing their life. Because y'all are not doing proper police work. They told me to get the hell on, take it up with Obama. That's what they told me. This guy here, he was just going to get pizza. He felt like he was done wrong. When people are doing wrong, they don't go and try to complain to the police. I mean, to the Internal Affairs. I bet they don't even have record of this guy reporting this to Internal Affairs. And if this guy would have never died, this would have fell on deaf ears. We got the guy that filed the lawsuit because you slammed him into a toilet, went unconscious. That should have been reported. This man should have never been on the police force. At least this guy. I don't know about the other guys. But this guy here should have never been hired by the police force for what he did while he was a correction officer. Because it showed that he's not, he doesn't have the temperament for this kind of work.
Up on complaints is one of several issues yet to be investigated. Memphis City Council member Patrice Robinson says after getting the first presentation by the Memphis Police Department introducing the Scorpion Unit in 2021, she is not aware of many updates on their successes or any problems, something she says needs to change.
We're going to have some professional support so that we can get the information that we need, so we know what to ask for, and when we get reports, we know that what was in that report was relevant to the community. The community is asking for data transparency, and I believe that they are correct in asking for that, especially where we are today.
Ending the Scorpion Unit. We have asked for a copy of all complaints made against that Scorpion Unit and the outcome of those complaints. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more.
And I will keep y'all updated as they release more copies of the complaints from that unit. Because I'm guaranteeing that there's going to be more people who have reported complaints from that particular unit that didn't get any kind of follow-up. Now, let me show y'all something else. Now, the police report. See, if it wasn't caught on that, if it wouldn't have got caught on that light cam, the police, they were about to put in a false police report. They were gonna lie on the police report. You know how we know that? Because they never put in there what actually happened. Let me show y'all what they said happened when they turned in their police report, the contradictions in the initial police report. They did not mention a lot of things that they never mentioned about them punching or kicking the man. You know, the things that they said happened. See, now that they didn't know that the man was going to die. So they put out their police report thinking that they were about to get away with something. thinking that it was going to be their word against this man's word. Now, what y'all looking at on the screen is everybody who got arrested. And yesterday, they added this guy here on, which is the white guy that was tasing him. Now, like I said, the guy that was holding down his feet, I don't see him up there. He looked of a lighter complexion. I can't tell if he was white or really light skinned. But none of these guys are really light skinned, and there's only one white guy that's arrested. So if that other white guy that was holding his legs down, I don't know if he's the 7th police officer, because they say they have 7 now. One of them, they're not releasing his information. They don't want to release his name. Why? I have no idea. That's something that we have to question. We have to question everything from these people. Now, as you can see, this is the EMT. This is the EMT guy that got fired right here. This is another EMT person that got fired. And this is the lieutenant of the EMT that got fired. So 2 more black people and a white guy from the I believe he's from the fire department. They wasn't charged with anything, just like this white dude right here. They only relieved him of his duty. He wasn't fired for his role and just coming out and shocking and tasing the guy that they wasn't taking the proper steps with. You could have easily stepped up and said, hey, hold on. This thing's getting out of control. Hold on. We don't have to tase him. Let's just, let's just get his ID. Let's give him a citation for driving reckless. We don't have to do all this excessive force. They might have would have got into an argument out there, but he would have been doing the right thing. But that's why his ass fired right now, because he just went along to get along. Why was the fire department there? When somebody gets injured, they usually bring the fire department out also. Sister T in the area, y'all. Salute, Sister T. Yeah, it should be at least 8 cops charged. At least 8.
Of Nichols killing. The latest 2 EMTs and a fire department lieutenant have now been fired. So that's 3 in the fire department. And a 7th Memphis officer has been relieved of duty. Last week, 5 of those 7 officers were charged with second-degree murder and assault for Nichols' death. CNN's Ryan Young has the latest from Memphis. Also here, CNN Chief Law Enforcement and Intelligence Analyst John Miller. Ryan, first, the discrepancies between the video and this initial report. Talk to us about them.
Now, let's see the difference between what we seen on the video and what they reported, what they actually turned in their report. Totally 2 different accounts of what happened. Salute, Savage Reaction.
Yeah, something that we're still digging into, and of course you guys can ask John about this later, but I've been talking to Memphis Police Department officers today, and they've been telling me that when you file an initial police report, you also include a use of force part of the report as well. So if you had to escalate, maybe go hands-on or use some type of force, you usually include that in the police report. But these discrepancies kind of stand out to us as we've watched this video over and over. We'll take you through some of them. It says Nichols was an aggravated assault suspect, so that stood out to us as
Now, this is what they put in their report, y'all. This is the claim in the initial report. Because remember, they didn't know that he had died. So this is what they were putting to cover their own ass. They knew what they had did wrong. See, when you know what you do wrong, of course you know you gotta lie. So that's the first thing they want to make sure they did is cover their ass. So what y'all looking at on the screen is what they claim in the police. Let's read over it together. First thing that they claim with Nichols was a aggravated assault suspect. Now, where did that come from, y'all? How was he an aggravated assault suspect? You never said that when you pulled him over. You never said that outside, like, oh, yeah, we pulled him over because he was an aggravated assault suspect. No, what did they say about when he said why he pulled him over? because he was driving recklessly. But then they go into the video footage. You know, they got cameras everywhere now. It's a double-edged sword. We hate to be recorded about, we hate that there's cameras everywhere recording every move that we make. But this is where those cameras come in your favor at. Because if it wasn't for that that light camera on the light pole, would have been taking these officers' account as it was true. Just like how we had to do when they killed what's her name? What's the young lady name that they ran in her house and they shot her on accident and they were supposed to be looking for her boyfriend? I was just saying her name a minute ago. I can't it'll come to me in a little bit. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The 5 officers, those officers never got charged with anything. Even though it was reported that they went into the wrong house, even though they started shooting because this guy is defending his home, he has legal gun. Breonna Taylor. Thank you, Dimple D. They had all this evidence, but it's all in words. It wasn't on video. If it was on video and the whole world could have seen it, there would have been a bigger outrage and maybe somebody would have been arrested. If there was no video of this incident, they could have threw all this stuff out here right now and we would have had to take it as the fact. Would have had to say, well, dang, he was an aggravated assault suspect. They had to go rip him out the car. They had to treat him like that because he was an aggravated assault suspect. If we was going to go by just their report, those police officers are human. They lie. What else they said about him? They said Nichols was sweating profusely and irritated upon exiting the vehicle. Well, if you come and snatch me out my damn vehicle with a gun to my head, telling me to get the hell out, screaming all kind of crazy demands at me, yeah, I might start sweating. Yeah, I might be a little irritated if you come to my car door, if you block me off, you got one car in front of me, one car behind me, one car on the side of me, you got guns out, you telling me all this stuff, and you just come and reach in and snatch me out my vehicle. Yeah, that might irritate me. And in the mix of you throwing me on the ground, shocking me and spraying me with mace and all that, I might get a little sweaty too. So they tried to make like the man was sweating profusely and irritated. How would you know that if y'all walking up to my car? How you know that I'm sweating and I'm irritated? Or are you talking about upon exiting the vehicle? Like this man got out the vehicle on his own. So you saying he was sweating profusely and irritated upon you snatching him out the vehicle? Because that's not what you putting in here. You said upon him exiting the vehicle, like you just said, sir, could you please exit the vehicle? And he was already sweating and irritated. Let's go to the next bulletin point. Nichols grabbed for Detective Martin's gun. Martin listed as the victim. They listed the guy, one of the cops. I think the Martin one was when he said, yeah, he tried to grab Martin's gun, and when he pointed at that guy, I think he was the guy that kicked him, if I'm not mistaken. He's the victim though. So they stated that he tried to grab this man's gun, and they labeled one of the officers a victim. They're saying that he was an aggravated assault suspect. They ain't telling us who was the aggravated assault person that they're claiming that was he aggravated assaulted. They claiming upon exiting the vehicle, he was sweating profusely and irritated, like y'all didn't just snatch this man out of his car. Nichols pulled on officers' duty belts. That's what they said. He pulled on their belts. We didn't see that. All that footage. We didn't even see that man able where he could have his hands where he could pull on any damn thing. Because when y'all pulled him out the car the first time, you threw him on the ground and you had him on his side. You're like, get on your back, get on your stomach, get on. The man like, I'm on the ground. I ain't do nothing. You don't hear no cop down there like, hey, he's trying to grab my gun. He's trying to grab my gun. He's grabbing on my belt. He's grabbing me. You ain't hear none of that. But now he grabbed on the officer's duty's belt. He's grabbing for the gun. The officer, the victim, he was sweating profusely and irritated upon, why he was nicely asked to, exit his vehicle. He was already sweating and irritated. And he was aggravated assault. They trying to make him out to be somebody violent. Yeah, sweating is not a crime, one life. When did they make sweating and being irritated because you get yanked out of the car a crime? And then the very last thing, no mention of officers punching and kicking Nichols. I can't even scan by that video without showing an officer either punching or kicking this man. I've been trying not to show it, but in between trying to show clips of how the scene was around it, as far as like the EMT, how they reacted and the conversation, I've accidentally showed them either punching or kicking him. But they ain't mentioned that part. But they mentioned all this stuff that didn't happen. They mentioned him trying to grab the gun. They mentioned him being an aggravated assault suspect. He's sweating profusely. All of this stuff, but no mention of what we did. No mention that the reason he exited the vehicle because you yanked him out of the vehicle. No mention of that. Did they forget that this happened? Y'all think they forgot that this happened?
As well, and then it said he was sweating profusely and irate upon exiting the vehicle. As we watched that video, you saw the officers actually approach that car with a lot of force. And then it says Nichols grabbed for Detective Martin's gun, and then Martin listed as a victim in this case. Of course, we don't see that initial pull for any officer's weapon. And then it says Nichols pulled on an officer's duty belt, and there's no mention of the kicking or punching of him. And again, after talking to an officer who's worked in this police department for quite some time, he said that would be listed in that incident report at some time. Of course, not only have we called to see the full report that was initially put in.
So other officers, and maybe Sister T, you can maybe ask, I think you have a son in law enforcement. Maybe you could ask him. So if an officer punches somebody or kicks somebody, do they usually put it in the police report? I want to see how many police reports where you have officers saying, well, once I was about to arrest this guy, I punched him a couple of times and I kicked him a couple of times. They ain't gonna never say that. Salute James Grant. Nah, they ain't about to say that. They gonna leave out what they did. It was all him. He was on drugs. He was high. He had this abnormal strength. He was sweating all profusely. He refused our commands. He wouldn't stop. He was driving reckless. Y'all heard all the narratives, but y'all never heard them say, well, we yanked him out the car. We tried to tase him. He ran. When we caught him, we wrestled him to the ground. We kicked him. We punched him. We stood him up. We punched him. We kneed him. We hit him with sticks. All that. Never mentioned any of that. Y'all think they mentioned that they pulled out that nightstick? Yeah, they said, "Keith, give me your hand. Give me your hand." Well, according to y'all, his hand on your gun and on your belt. Why he got to give you a hand if you know it? You ain't never heard not one officer in that video say, he's going for my gun. Y'all know they would have been quick to say, he's going for my gun. He's going for my gun. They'd have been quick to say that.
We also have asked for that 7th officer name that hasn't been released just yet. So there's still a lot of questions surrounding this initial report that has come out.
Okay, so John, are discrepancies like this in police reports common?
Now, like you say, the 7th officer haven't been named yet. Why, I don't know. That would be nice to know. He said, he said, my wife, my husband and son said they should be under the jail. I know that's right. Say, I had to kick him before I cuff him. Oh yeah, nah, they ain't never gonna say that. Yeah, I had to kick him just to cuff him. I had to punch him so I could cuff him. Nah, you ain't gonna hear that. You ain't gonna hear that.
Well, there's nothing common about this incident because the report does not reflect what happened. So it's more than discrepancies. But Allison, it seems that as if they have built into the narrative a series of justifications. And it's interesting that you hear them mouth some of those at the end of the beating on tape, as if they're building a story that goes somewhere other than we dragged a guy out of a car and started beating him and didn't stop till he was in a fatal
Meaning the
condition.
part about he grabbed.
Exactly. And I'm going to stop it right there because, hell, I don't need them to tell y'all what to think. But he did have a great point. I think I've already said that. I said that a couple of days ago. That was my initial thought. But they could be honest. They could be honest now, I guess. But not all news stations are going to be honest. You still got your wabbits out here. Now, a lot of times I wasn't considering Jason Whitfield a wabbit. But his whole wabbit came out the other day when he decided to get up there and blame black mothers for this type of behavior, y'all. I ain't lying. Jason Whitfield literally said he led this incident back to black women. How? I have no idea. I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of it. But he's saying that this incident happened because of the single black household, the single black woman. Now, I can agree with him in some areas, but not the way he was saying it. I mean, I don't know. But you always got these wabbits that come out. And of course, I guess you could say, I kind of saying it too, that I'm saying we ain't this outraged when it's black on black crime. We got to look at this as black on black crime, but hell, we damn sure got to add police to it now, because the only reason they did this because they felt like they would get away with it. This is a different type of black on black crime. This is the type of black on black crime that you do but you're supposed to be somebody that's supposed to be of the community. So it's not the same as talking about these thugs on the street. Salute OG Ump. Tiffany Renee. You know what I'm saying? So I get the black on black crime shit, and we're not just as outraged, but to be trying to act like I know usually this big hat dude is usually the guy that wants to come out and justify why any white coat cop just had to kill a dude. But see, in this situation, you can't justify it. You can't justify it.
Officers, a black perpetrator. It's black on black crime. How about that one? 5 black officers, a black perpetrator. It's the kind of black on black violence that we see perpetrated every single day in this country, in black communities across the country.
Now, I agree with him on that. Now, I don't know if they intentionally only chopped out that part to try to make this man sound bad. I have to listen to that whole interview in its context, because that's kind of what I'm saying too. We see this type of black on black crime every day, and y'all, hell, if that was 5 niggas just on the street, if you take off their badge and they uniform right there, how many of y'all would be outraged? You would be mad, but you'll go on your date because it's something that you see all the time. But when it's the person that's supposed to be here to protect and serve you, and they black, man, damn, that's a damaging blow. We expect it from the people when they're white, because the fact that we're like, okay, well, you're still white and you fear black people, so we can kind of understand why you would use your authority, because you wouldn't do that, as a regular, citizen. But when you see a black man do it, knowing all the police brutality already, it hurts just that much more. It's like a shotgun blast to the face, opposed to just, a shot in the heart. It's that much more, you know what I'm saying?
That garbage take was from former Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark, who decided to take a 29-year-old man to death over nothing. Of Clark. That's what he does. That is why he's on television on a conservative network, to not only provide one of many disgusting conservative reactions to the Tyree Nichols beating story. We're going to get to a compilation in just a moment. But Cenk.
She did ridiculous things. And this guy's a perfect sheriff of, you don't worry, I'm a cow. Tucker Carlson, news. Oh, that's interesting. And what do they all say? Every one of them blames black people. Huh.
And how it, chock full of conservatives. Watch that video for what it was. And man to death, this happened.
The very same people who are weeping on television about police brutality applauded when one of Nancy Pelosi's officers murdered an unarmed woman called Ashley Babbitt.
Cops are desperate for more tactical training in de-escalation and stress control, so they're not put in a position that they feel they need to use lethal force, and instead they're being given implicit bias training, diversity training, complete waste of money.
Immediately, I didn't see any death blows. Maybe it was an accumulation of blunt force trauma to the head.
Now, I didn't have a problem with nothing nobody said until that very last dude. Until this wabbit right here. And this is wabbitry, y'all. This is class A wabbitry right here. Where's Jason Whitbourne? He has his own show, y'all. He can speak his mind. He can do whatever he wants to on his own show if he had this take. But what does he do? Buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, buck dancing, little hoe. You buck dancing little bitch. Buck dancing. And not just him. I ain't just gonna let him to be the only one that's just doing the wabbitry and say he buck dancing, even though he's not black. This dude just said. Listen to what he just said. I didn't see nothing that was a definite blow. Hold on, you didn't see them folks hold this man up, his hands behind his back, and this dude take his best shots? You didn't see that? You didn't see that one officer just walk up to this man. This man's face is just sitting right there like a soccer ball. And this man kicked him dead in his head. He probably got on steel-toe boots. This man couldn't defend himself. Hands tied behind his back. Had to take your best hit. Take your best punch. Take your best kick. All of that. This man is 150 pounds. 150 pounds. And you had the nerve to let some shit like, man, they need to fire your ass immediately for letting some stupid shit like that even come out your mouth on live television. I didn't see no deafening blows. What? What? And I guess you didn't see them sit right there and let the man sit there while he was beaten already. That was the deafening blow right there. The actual hits that they gave to this man, the kicks and the punches and all that stuff that they gave to this man, those was not the deafening blows. The deafening blow was that medical team sitting there and let your ass just sit there for 30 minutes with your fucking brain swelling, probably in and out of consciousness, not giving you one of those things to put up under your nose to get your back right and all that stuff. Nah. Cause y'all remember how I showed how they was doing, how the medical team came out there and helped that dude that was hollering, they trying to kill me, they trying to kill me, they trying to kill me. They got out there and they treated him like it was proper. They had their hands on him, making sure he wasn't, hey, you good? You good? Asking him questions, making sure you ain't unconscious, all that stuff. A football player on the field can get hit, and they gonna bring that attention to him, and they gonna stay right there until they gonna make you follow their finger, all of that stuff. But since you're saying that this man supposedly committed some kind of crime, he don't even deserve that humanity, even though he didn't commit no crime. He can't even get the humanity of not committing no crime. That medical team sat right there and let that man sit beside that car going in and out of consciousness. That was the deafening blow. Because he could have survived that whole thing. He could have survived that beating. with the proper medical treatment. With the proper medical treatment. But if he would have, this wouldn't have been a story. This would have been brushed on. This would have been talked about for maybe 1 to 2 days. No justice. None of them cops would have been arrested. All of them would probably 1 or 2 might have been suspended for a day or 2, if that. No justice, no talk about this situation, none of that. You got to die. Somebody got to die just to get lawful action, just to get accountability. It's sad. People got to die just to get any kind of results. As far as just to get what we call the American justice system. Because it's already supposed to be there, but we got to go through all this in 2022, and only because we got cameras. So how bad do y'all think it was without the cameras? If we're seeing all of this with the camera, how bad do y'all actually think it is without the camera? They say, oh, well, no, I know all police ain't bad. That's just like I know all black people ain't bad. But what do we see as far as the majority? What do we see when we look at our camera? What do we see in real life? When we go outside in real life, we see the niggas shooting up the clubs. We see the niggas ganging. We see the niggas, putting the videos when they promote them more. We see the ignorance going on in real life. And y'all got the same fucking image as the niggas. Y'all got the same image as a gang. When you can sit there and pull up police video after police video after police and all this injustice, it's about the same image as a gang, as a blood or a Crip gang. You can tell me about all the blood, tell me run down a whole bunch of charges of any blood right now, and run down the charges of any cop right now, or in different departments of the cops right now. And y'all hand to hand as far as with crime. And with shit that you've done for the community. Yeah, because even Bloods and Crips, they do something for the community every now and then. Even gangbangers do a lot for the community. Believe it or not. They might do a lot of killing too. Don't get me wrong. But there'll be some good dudes in the hood that'll be, in the gangs or whatever, and they'll be giving that much, they'll be giving back. But what's the difference? Y'all are funded by the government and got a license to kill. But you want us to think that there's some justice being done when there's black men that you can fire a whole bunch of niggas and nobody ain't gonna give a damn. Now, if you'd have fired if all them guys would have got arrested and fired that did that to Breonna Taylor, then we would have known it's on both sides. We'd have known that, okay, it took y'all 20 days to investigate this. Y'all got the guys arrested. Y'all got them, fired, all that stuff. There's cases still going on from 2 years ago about a lot of these same type of things that happen. Now listen to this wabbit one more time, y'all. Listen to this wabbitry one more time, y'all.
I didn't see any death blows. Maybe it was an accumulation of blunt force trauma to the head. I didn't see any death blows. Maybe it was an accumulation of blunt force trauma to the head.
Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman.
Now, don't get me wrong. I get what he's saying. But why is this the point of right now? This ain't got nothing to do with being supervised by a single black woman right now. We're talking about 5 black men and some others that came along and and they just happen to be officers of the law, came along and they did something that shouldn't be done. Yes, it does look like some gang activity. Now, what the hell does that got to do with anything about a black mother? I can't help you on this one, Tiffany Renee, because it don't make sense to even me. I can't even break this one down, Renee. I mean, for real. I can't tell you what this man is trying to say. Well, I mean, I get it, but I don't get the contents of it right now. Like, you're bringing it to them like, okay, this is something that you probably would have a discussion on your channel. So it could be like a clear breakdown of, you know what I'm saying, your intention of how you're saying this. But right now, you're just trying to make it like, you know what I'm saying, the black mothers, these single black mothers are sending these guys out here to be cops and then start beating up on other people that got their mother that beat up on innocent civilians. What are you trying to say, brother? It has no relevancy, right, Deron B? Has no relevancy to this situation. That's my point. I could get you might want to have this conversation about, you know, these single parent households and it's leading to crime in the street, people out here doing, but this is not the situation with this. They would love to be able to say right now that this guy was doing something criminally. But he ain't got no smut on his record. This man just came from taking pictures of the damn sunset. This man is a skateboarder. He got a job. He in a nice neighborhood. That neighborhood that they just went through, that's a nice neighborhood. That ain't look like the ghetto, the hood. People, you know what I'm saying, all that running around. He ain't have nothing on him. They said that. They were like, he ain't had nothing on him. He ain't got nothing, man. They was mad. I know his background is irrelevant, but you know they would have made it relevant, Dana. They would have made it relevant. Most of the time, nobody's background that when they kill people, these people background don't be relevant. They'll make it relevant. They'll make it relevant. Speaking of relevancy, y'all. Speaking of relevancy, we're gonna take the time out to wish me a special happy birthday, y'all. It's Ears to the Street birthday in 2 minutes, man. I'm on here rocking with y'all. I ain't working in the morning, so you know I'm on here rocking this. But if it wasn't for the birth of Ears to the Streets, man, there would be no truth in what this truth that's going on right now wouldn't be going on. So salute to the birthday boy. I'm gonna wish myself happy birthday first before anybody else do. But much love to y'all. But anyway, going to my birthday, talking about wabbitery. And this is some wabbitery if you've never seen it.
And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. There's super
force trauma to the head.
Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers.
So his logic is, he's saying that they look like a gang because they're ran by this woman. Just like how when in the household, if a mother is having to take care of several boys, they're just gonna turn into a gang or something like that. Or these single mother households, this is where these guys are going out here and acting up like this and doing this gang activity. Now we're talking about cops here. He said that looks like a gang. He's talking about cops here. Never, and then the fact that you're pointing out because there's a black woman, which we rarely see. We rather see a black woman as the chief of police and, you know, being in charge like this. But why is it that her being a woman is even a damn a factor here? Why are you trying to make this about a single black woman household and, you know, this is what we see in this gang activity and trying to lead it back to, you know, that bullshit when that's not the case right here? It's so irrelevant. That's what we got here, because we got this black woman that's running the that's the chief of the police force. That's why we got this type of shit here. Well, what about all the countless videos we done already seen, and it's a white man or it's a black man? If you got 100 of them, but you got one case where it happened with her, so now what you're saying, you can't have any black women that can run any kind of program, or if a black woman does run it, it's gonna have to be spick and span perfect? Because this happens when there's a black man at the head of it. This happens when there's a white man at the head of it. This happens when there's a Hispanic man at the head of it. This happens when there's a Chinese man at the head of it. It happens if anybody is there. But you leave it up to a wabbit. They'll pay a wabbit to come up here and, you know what I'm saying, do the work like the homie Kwame say. They'll pay one of your own to come up there and do it for them, what they want to say. But it's that got political. That's what it is. It's political. Because, of course, you know, Tennessee is a red state. And it's gotten political. That's why they calling for her job more than they calling for the people who were actually out there and did what they did. You got to hold all them accountable first. And that's the first thing that she did. And I give her credit for that, even though I was taking away credit for even having that motherfucker that already had this dispute in the jailhouse and allowing him to be on that kind of task force. If you're going to bring a guy that's have a history of excessive force and he's only 22 years old, his career ain't even started yet, and you put him on a special task force, I ain't saying you can't hire him, but shit, that nigga should have been on like school traffic patrol or something. Yeah, he should have been on something like, you know, something where he ain't really involved like that, like where you don't have to have him aggressive like that. So of course you might have hired him to be an aggressor. Salute Billy Davis. I appreciate all the happy birthdays. I know y'all wouldn't have known if I don't say nothing, so I definitely ain't gonna take my happy birthdays, man. I'm gonna take my attention for the day. I'm definitely taking the day off. Salute in your comments with the truth. I see you in the area. But yeah, I'm gonna play this little part one more time, man, because this, y'all know I gotta point out some wabbitry. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, if y'all haven't already, man, y'all go ahead and grab, join the memberships. You know what I'm saying? We got the school back open. School was down for a little second, but the Wabbit University is back in action. So I put one membership on there for right now. The membership is $2.99 across the board. It's more out of just support. Make sure you, usually the members, they definitely get my notifications. So I definitely going to have some giveaways. I definitely want to give away some of these new coffee mugs that I'm putting out for the Ears to the Street coffee mugs. So you definitely want to have your membership. I'll be giving out a good bit of them. But salute.
Waste of money. Immediately, you know, I didn't see any death blows. Maybe it was an accumulation of blunt force trauma to the head.
Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected some or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers.
Oh, it's the women's fault.
Happy solar return. Salute. Salute, Tiffany Renee. So y'all hear that, wabbitery, man? I ain't gonna play no more of that. You know, I don't want to play none of their opinion of it. I just wanted y'all to hear the actual statement, and they already had that kind of pulled up. Now, even Trump said the Memphis police were taking a strong step by disbanding the police unit involving the attack, which was created to target violent offenders in area beset by high crime. Look, the tape was perhaps not totally conclusive, but to me, it was pretty conclusive, and it was vicious and violent and hard to believe over a traffic violation, he said. I agree. I agree with Trump. Even though I know, you know, it's all political with him right now. That's, you know, of course. But I agree with him. That never should have happened over a damn traffic stop. And for these cops, I mean, for these wabbits to be coming out and, you know what I'm saying, just trying to find some kind of way to justify it. Black people, we ain't trying to stand behind this bullshit in no kind of way. But y'all see how they're trying to keep some kind of separation? They're trying to keep some kind of separation, some kind of at fault to the black man or whatever by using black men and trying to slander the black woman. Say, oh yeah, see, this is why you can't let a black woman just run anything. We ought to know they're gonna say you can't let a woman run nothing, but then use a black man and say, you know, you can't. Yeah, man, this all happened because that black woman was in charge. This don't happen nowhere else. This only happened when you got black women in charge. That's when all the guys start moving like a gang. So, okay, so is that your point? Okay, let me show this then. Since that only happened, that kind of behavior only happened because, you know, when a black woman in charge. No, it only happened when it doesn't get prevented. When it doesn't get prevented. When you have situations that happen but you don't have no real consequences. Now, I'm going to play this small, short news thing, and then I'm going to go to my next story, which kind of shows the amount of accountability that they don't put into these officers when they do wild stuff like what we just witnessed. But just to end off this story, it's just a comparison. This is not the only type of special unit that they put out there, and it's not. They say it's there to help the community, but trust me, these are the ones that when you hear the police killed somebody or planted some dope on somebody and all these harassing things, these are the ones that really get away with it. See, the ones that have a car with the bubble top on there and all that stuff like that, those are the easy police to catch. Those are the easy ones. But the ones that jump out and they unidentified, you don't even know who to report these folks to. These are the ones that'll leave your ass in the alley somewhere. Beat the hell out you and leave you in the alley somewhere. Arrest you and you got dope on you all of a sudden. These the ones that come and plant the dope on you. These are the ones that you got to worry about.
In response to the video release, the Memphis Police Department says it is permanently closing its Scorpion unit. Some of the 5 former officers accused of brutally beating Tyree Nichols to death were members of the unit. A statement released by the department says while the actions of a few people in the specialized unit brought dishonor to Scorpion, Memphis police are committed to take steps in the healing process of all of those that are impacted and rebuild trust in the community. The decision by Memphis police to disband the unit drawing comparison by some to the drug strike force once known as the Red Dogs here in Atlanta. Memphis police chief, who according to her work bio,
now the Red Dogs in Atlanta, Man. If you talk to somebody that sold dope between, man, well, I just know I was locked up with some guys that used to tell me about the Red Dogs in Atlanta, and it was definitely a very corrupt group. I was even locked up with one officer. He was an Atlanta cop, and we sat down. We were just talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People opened up to me, but the dude was telling me the type of shit that he used to do to, you know what I'm saying, as far as a cop. It was like, yeah, I used to just run up on little black kids and fucking steal their dope, steal their money, take their fucking Jordans and shit, fucking throw them over a light pole and shit, like whoop their ass. Like, he would tell me all the crooked shit that he used to do as a cop. Cause he was like in this, remorseful kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like he felt bad about what he did. At least that's what I got out of it. Which is why I think he was opening up to me to tell me the type of things that he did as a crooked cop. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the shit that I did could be looked at as racist. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I was just a piece of shit. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't do nothing but agree with him. I felt like he probably was racist, but he was fighting the demon of being racist. Y'all know some white folks are fighting demons of being racist. They don't want to be racist. It's a demon. A lot of white folk, they don't want to be the way that they been, but when they at their lowest state, that demon can take over them. Racism is a demon. It's an energy. Black people could have it too. You could be at that low state, and your racism and your anger for what you see as a systematic brainwashing and disease and a demon can make you mad at all white people. And I've had some white people that I had they back before I had some niggas back. I ain't lying. Shit. Not because they white, just because they good fucking people. I'm just being honest. So I know damn well it ain't no all, but I just know that all skin folk ain't kin folk. Because a lot of those APD Red Dogs, the Atlanta PD Red Dogs, a lot of them were black folks doing that shit, niggas. Like I say, the only cop that ever choked me was a black cop.
Started her career with the City of Atlanta Police Department and was assigned to specialized investigations, including ones of the Red Dog unit. Now, the unit was a 1990s era team that targeted drug dealers and street crime with aggression and bravado. Members of the unit.
Now, think about it. In the 90s, you ain't have these cameras. You ain't have everybody with a cell phone. You ain't have the body cam. Salute, blessed in every area of my life. In the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, we didn't have these cameras out here. We didn't have all the evidence that we see now. And it's traumatic. We want to close our eyes and want it to all go away. But the truth is, you're 100% right, Dana. I'm gonna throw that up there. That's a hard truth to swallow, and it might seem slandering. But yeah, they definitely are trained to kill.
Unit were reportedly a part of the drug raid where 92-year-old Catherine Johnson was shot 5 times at her Atlanta home during a no-knock warrant at the wrong house.
Now, don't that sound like Breonna Taylor? No-knock warrant, come in, you shoot an innocent person. But guess what? We ain't have social media then. We ain't have everybody to be able to, to know about this type of stuff. It might happen in Atlanta. People in Atlanta might be mad, but guess what? We brush that shit up under the rug. Everybody go about their day. You ain't got the whole country standing up and tearing up shit because you doing it in every major city. It's not just a Memphis thing. It's not just, this been going on, and people in LA looking at this like, damn, y'all, okay, they been doing this. Why y'all think they started the Crips and all these gangs and stuff? Because of stuff like this. You got a no-knock warrant. You could just come and kick my shit in at any given time. What's gonna stop you from just y'all niggas just getting greedy, coming in here and kicking in my door and goddamn just robbing me whenever you want to? You got a no-knock warrant. These people are human. These people are crazy. Like, they go find some crazy niggas. You think these niggas doing this shit because they in they clear mind? Man, please. All right.
The unit was disbanded shortly after the team raided the Atlanta Eagle, a gay bar on Ponce de Leon Avenue, without a warrant, and detained and searched people who were not suspected of any crime. In 2021, Atlanta.
Exactly. They would have never got disbanded. They went into a gay bar, ran down on folks, ended up killing somebody, and that's the only reason they got disbanded. They didn't get disbanded because of all the shit that they was doing. All the shit they were doing got looked at after. Got looked at after the death came of somebody in a gay bar. Then they went back and looked at all them cases like, ooh, shit. Dang. Ooh, y'all been doing this? Dang, we done had complaints about this, about that, and this, that, and we didn't do none of that. And then now they done got so crazy with it that they had to go kill somebody innocent just to get anything done about it. Yeah, y'all gotta be numb to it in LA. Gotta be. Any major city in America gotta be numb to it. New York, Houston, Dallas, you name it. Even a small city like Brunswick. Shit, I just had a homeboy 3 years ago just got shot in the back by the police. Childhood friend. Actually, I looked at him like a younger brother. He was like 3 years younger than me. I know damn well he ain't gonna shoot at no cop, but according to them, they say, oh, he had a gun. Where's the gun? Oh, it got lost in evidence. We're just gonna take the cop's word. Okay, can we see the body cam? It's under investigation. Well, when this investigation gonna be over, we'll let you know. Never hear about it again. If you can't just rally up everybody across the internet, if it's not caught on video, if it was caught on video, yeah, like the Ahmaud Arbery story. Well, it's not a story because it happened in real life. Y'all would have never believed that happened if it wasn't on video. Because the police was right there to cover it up for him. The DA. I'm still preaching on the DA from the Ahmaud Arbery case. This lady is still not, she's not doing any jail time. Yeah, you see the McMichaels locked up, but she the one that told the police to release them. She's the reason that it took 9 months just to get an arrest for them. So it's people like that be on the inside that, you know, they'll give you, they'll throw you a little something to say, oh yeah, here's the perpetrator right here. Oh no, it's way more than that. Yeah, it's way more than that.
The police created a new unit aimed at curbing the city's violent crime rates, titled Titan Unit, that police say works aggressively to address violent crime without Red Dog's violent tactics.
You guys know how it is when you buy a new Mac. It's
Yeah, right. So the new unit that they brought in, yeah, we gonna do everything that they did without killing somebody innocent this time. Next time we kill a motherfucker, y'all ain't gonna find out. That's all that means. Yeah, they disband the unit, y'all. They disband the unit. How many times we seen units disband and recreated? Man, that shit like goddamn filing bankruptcy and starting a whole new business. They'll tell you they disband the unit just so y'all can be just, you know, little band-aid. Oops, my bad. We disband the unit, y'all. Okay, make it all go away. Somebody died here. You're right. Okay. But this been happening for the longest. This happened in my home city, y'all. And matter of fact, tomorrow I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but I'm gonna do the story about this cop named Shasta in my city, and how he ended up. He was a cop. One lady that he killed. He was pulling over for supposed to be a citation. She put him on a slow speed chase, not a high speed chase, a slow speed chase. And when she finally pulled over, or she kind of ran into a ditch, this man went and got dead in front of her car and shot into her car 11 times. They put the man on a little suspension, a little investigative suspension and everything. And the next thing you know, the man was they gave him back his gun, got him a little help, back on the force. He found out his girlfriend is fucking this lawyer. So he goes and he goes to his ex-wife house. Well, not his girlfriend, his ex-wife. Kill her and her new boyfriend. Had the police on the what they call it, the standoff. All this stuff because they was covering up for this guy. And the same lady that was covering up for him ended up being the same lady that was covering up for the McMichaels when the Aubrey situation happened. If she would have been addressed in her first cover-up, that officer couldn't have hurt anybody else, and Ahmaud Arbery would still be here also. But when they ignore this type of stuff, and the real people who are committing the crime doesn't be held accountable, it just keeps going. It keeps going. You might not know we might not always know the connections, but if I know about it, I'm gonna see them connections. Now, I want to show y'all an example of what I'm talking about. Now, this is just a random story. You probably never heard about it. Now, I'm about to show y'all how the difference of, you know, just how they see stuff. You know what I'm saying? In this situation right here, right? The police was called that there was a suspect. Somebody pulled a gun. This hotel owner called the police. He say a person pulled out a gun up here. Can you please come up here? And I want y'all to see this situation, y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all what to think, but I'm gonna definitely give y'all my opinion about it, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
A hotel lobby responding to a call from the manager saying that there was an armed white man in the building who pointed a firearm at one of the hotel's employees.
Hey, sir, how we doing?
We had a whole operation. Some guy just pulled a gun on us.
41. I've got a 47 from George here. I'm going to need some additional hands. Manager advising a male subject here just pulled a firearm on him.
Okay, y'all. The subject, everything is clear. Is everybody on the same page right now? Somebody just pulled a firearm on him. That's what the man just said. He's calling for his backup already, so his backup is on his way. What's good, Joshua Hawkins? His backup is on the way. Everybody clear on that, right? Now, you about to hear the clerk tell him that the man is a white man with a white shirt. This is what he's going to tell him. The guy that pulled the gun on him, he's the witness. He saw who it is. There's no question about who it is.
What room number and what's the description? What info do you have on this individual?
Hey, y'all just tell me if I'm tripping, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I might be high. I could be high. But it feel like he already looking for a nigga. It feels like he already looking for a nigga because he just like, what description you got? What on this nigga? I mean, hey, y'all listen real carefully. Maybe I'm tripping, y'all. Hey, my senses go up real tight when I be on that Mike Tyson.
What room number and what's the description? What info do you have on this individual?
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, bro? Tell me y'all like tell me he wasn't about to say that. Listen closely, man. I could be tripping. Am I high, y'all? Am I just too high? Cause I just heard that. I seen this video before, but I ain't hear this till I was about to point out something else. I just heard this while I'm listening because I got on my headset. Y'all look. If I wouldn't have had on my headset right now, I probably wouldn't have heard that. But I just heard that. But this is just the mindset sometimes. This is showing just a random cop, just the mindset of these motherfuckers sometimes.
What room number and what's the description? What info do you have on this individual? Where is he now? What is it? Which room number? White male, black male, what do we got?
Now he clearly asking right here, white man, black male, what we got? Which you should. This is how you're gonna describe who you're looking for. You need to know, who am I looking for? Am I looking for a black man, white guy? Does he have on a white shirt, black shirt, tall, short? Those are three equally, you know what I'm saying, very reasonable things that you need to know about who you're looking for, because there's somebody here that this man, he's the one that called the police. He's the one giving you the description of who has the gun, who you should be looking for. Now, I don't know if this guy's been trained properly or whatever, but it's like, what is he come to do? You said play it again, Sam?
Is he a white male, a black male? Come on.
Now, if the citizen, this is what they should do. They should record all their police shit, put them online anytime they have these kind of issues, and they should have the citizens let them know if they feel like, you know what I'm saying, where they where they was aggressive or something like that at. Because right now, yeah, I know there's an urgency, but you're acting a little aggressive right now. This motherfucker is juiced up. Like, come on now, let me go get him. Let me go get this. Let me go get him. So he's clearly asking. So he want to make sure he know what color the dude is that he looking for, which I don't blame him. Make sure you know what color the dude is you looking for.
White male. He's going to be wearing a black shirt. Come on. White male. Is he a white male? A black male? Come on. White male. He's going to be wearing a black shirt, tan pants.
He's going to be coming down the staircase.
Okay, so he told him what color the person is. He said it's going to be a white male, white shirt, black pants. White male, black shirt. That's what he said. He reported it. He repeated it. This man is telling you exactly where the man at, what the man looked like.
He's going to exit out that door right there.
He's walking out now. Get inside now. Get the out.
Well, damn. What the fuck? What we did? We just minding our business. It's like he ready to shoot some shit. But I get to make sure, hey people, please, can y'all get in the can I get y'all to get in y'all room, please? Serious situation, ma'am. Please get inside the room. Ma'am, sir, can y'all please get inside the room, please? Damn. What the fuck is this cop on? But guess what? They white folks now. He knew they not his suspect. He knows that, right? Okay, cool.
I'm going to hold on that exit. Responding units, if you're coming up Price, I want you to come in that entrance and hold. Put your hands up. Want a gunpoint. Step out.
I work here.
You work here?
I was keeping the door closed.
Okay, turn around.
I work here.
That's fine.
On, man, you
Step this way. Hey, listen to me. Listen.
Now, the problem here, y'all. The problem here, and they got the guy's face blurred out. But this is a black guy. This is a black guy with black pants, white shirt. But he clearly asked the man, was he a white guy, black guy? White guy, black guy. He told even the operator, it's a white guy. Now here this guy is coming out. This man say, I work for the, I work here. I work here.
Hey, I am responding to somebody with a firearm who matches your description. Do you understand that? Come here.
Hold up. that matches your description. You mean the white man that you supposed to be looking for? I should be the last suspect right here. Right now, you should be telling me to get in my room. Shut my door. Get in my room. Move out the way, sir. Please, sir, go inside. Dangerous situation here. Please. Good black man that's not committing any crimes. Can you please get out of the way, sir? Just like I told that nice white couple that I showed. I was even disrespectful to them, but you know, they're white, so I ain't gonna put them at gunpoint, but I'm gonna play that back so y'all can hear that in the full.
Up. Want a gunpoint? Step out.
I work here.
You work here?
I was keeping the door closed, man.
Okay, turn around.
I work here.
That's fine.
Come on, man, you don't gotta
Step
put
this
no
way.
gun in me. I got
Hey, listen to me. Listen, okay?
I got my hand.
I am responding to somebody with a firearm who matches your description. You understand that? Come here.
Wait. So the suspect matches this worker's description?
Is he a white male? A black male? Come on. White male. He's going to be wearing a black shirt, tan pants.
Got my hands.
Oh, hold on. So the white man is supposed to have on a black shirt too. So hold on. Are you colorblind or something, bro? Is this cop colorblind? Because the suspect's supposed to be a white man with a black shirt, but he got a black man with a white shirt. Wow. Okay. This man say he worked there.
What's up, man? Take the gun off. For real, I got my hands up.
Where's your ID at? No, you don't get to tell me what to do. Where's your ID at?
Take the gun off me, man.
No.
Where your supervisor at? You gonna shoot me?
No.
Get another person on the news?
Get on your knees.
I didn't do nothing.
Shut
to
the with that on your knees.
I didn't do nothing to
Now he mad. Now he telling him, shut the fuck up with that shit. Well, hold on. Why you mad at me? You the one interrupting my day. You the one got a gun on me. I ain't did nothing. You telling me there's somebody that fit my description? And the man, he don't even know that the man just told you is a white person. White person, black shirt. You know who you looking for. You just repeated that. Then you just rude to everybody. The people that you supposed to be serving. I'm pissed off at everybody. I'm pissed off at the guy that called the police that I'm supposed to be helping. I'm pissed off at the people that are just walking through minding their own business. Now I see a black guy, I'm really pissed off. This is how people get shot, tased, beaten, all on accident. All this time you wasting, white man gone.
to you. Remember this. I need your badge number in your name.
You'll get everything you need.
Yeah,
put everything on the ground.
I didn't do nothing to you. I got my hands up and I work here. Go call the manager.
41, where are my other units at?
Boy, now all of a sudden he can't wait to get all the other units. Fuck that white dude. We got a black dude. Shit, this equal 3 white dudes. Shit. Wait till the crew see what I got. Wait till we get this one to start resisting. Wait till he don't follow my commands because he ain't did a damn thing. Yeah, wait till we start trying to put him in cuffs and he start, you know what I'm saying, blanking out because he know he ain't did a damn thing and he don't have to submit to an illegal arrest. Because then it turns to kidnapping. if you just start letting any cop start just arresting you, you could end up like that guy that I just showed the video of yesterday, saying, help, 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 these are actors. It was like, oh, that dude's crazy. And 4 hours later, he dead. All right, I rewind it. What part you want me to rewind? You talking about the part where he said what color he is? Or just when he's... I'll start right here.
Now, it's going to be...
What's description?
Is he a white male? A black male? Come on! White male. He's going to be wearing a black shirt, tan pants.
I got my hands up, man. Take the gun off. For real, I got my hands up.
Where's your ID at? No, you don't get to tell me what to do. Where's your ID at?
Take the gun off me, man.
No.
Where your supervisor at? You gonna shoot me?
Nah, he keep trying to act like he's in some kind of immediate danger. Cause all he asking like, man, just take the gun off me, bro. So you don't accidentally just shoot me. You don't feel like I'm just trying to do something or whatever, bro. I work here. I don't fit the description of who you supposed to be looking for. But he don't know what's going on. But the fact that you're a cop just pulling around with a gun at him just because you got a badge on, you don't have that power. But right now, being that this man is not dead, he's not going to get no justice for this. Y'all think he's going to win his lawsuit about this? Even though this is on camera, this could have easily went the wrong way. It could have easily been some other guy. That didn't work there. And now you done wrestle him down to the ground. You waiting on your backup. Because even when you see your backup right now, when you know that your backup is on the way, you rushing him now. You where's that backup? Shit, boy, I got a nigga, huh? Yeah. Can't wait till he start resisting. Can't wait till he not want to get in some handcuffs that that he ain't supposed to be in for walking while black. WWB. Oh yeah, y'all ain't know you can get arrested for WWB. You got DWB, WWB. EWB, eating while black. Yeah, people get shot for all that stuff. SWB, sleeping while black. Because people getting their dough kicked in, as we can see. It ain't just started happening to Breonna Taylor. People getting the dough kicked in from these special SWAT teams. No, not once. Going to the wrong house. You make the wrong move. They say that you was all jacked up on some drugs that they might have planted. Whenever you think people gonna start telling on themselves, you got another thing coming. If you think people gonna say, "All right, I'm gonna take accountability for my actions," nah, you're gonna have to catch them in the act. If you don't catch them in the act, and if it's too hard to prove without a reasonable doubt, that means it didn't happen. And a lot of people have become good with hiding that type of stuff. Sometimes you just got to shift the pieces around. So should this guy get fired, or should he be arrested for what I would call this would be false imprisonment right here. This would be aggravated assault. Because before you are an officer, you are a citizen also. So if a citizen just wrongfully put a man at gunpoint and demand him all kind of commands just because you got him at gunpoint, that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not a fair action. Salute, Jonathan. Jonathan Brewer.
No.
Another person on the news?
Get on your knees.
I didn't do nothing
Shut
to
the
you.
with that on your knees.
I didn't do nothing to you.
So this is a guy totally opposite of what the man just told him the description of the person that he's looking for. This is a guy that's the total opposite of the description of the person that he's supposed to be looking for. Now you wanted to humiliate this man. This man just told you he worked here. He's not the description of the person you're looking for. You could treat him the same way you just treated that couple, even though that was very rude, and told him to get the fuck in one of them rooms and get out of the way. And all this time that you're wasting, the real suspect is getting away.
Remember this. I need your badge number in your name.
You'll get everything you need.
Yeah,
Put everything on the ground.
I didn't do nothing to you. I got my hands up and I work here. Go call the manager.
41, where are my other units at? Just hang tight, okay?
But this ain't. I work here. All you gotta do is call the manager and take the.
Who's your manager? Stop telling me what to do.
Sean Hoover.
Okay, what is your name?
Trey.
41, can we get somebody to get the complainant on the line and find out if there's an employee here by the name of Trey?
When I first started Eve, I was a minor.
Now, whether there was an employee there named Trey, that was irrelevant at the damn time. Because you ain't supposed to be looking for a black dude with a white shirt. You supposed to be looking for a white dude with a black shirt. With a gun. And Trey don't fit the damn description. Let this man go about his damn business. But you've been aggressive to every person that you came in contact with. From the dude at the front desk, you was adamant about what color is he? What color is he? What color is he? You asked that man twice what color was the man. That was very important to you. And when he told you it was a white man, you repeated it into your microphone. Cool. Why do you have a black man right here on his knees when you supposed to be looking for a white man with a gun? And then what happens when you don't, when this gets seen on camera by your superiors? What happens to you? Do you get fired? Do you get a suspension? How long does the investigation take? Because somebody didn't die. But if you're going around with this kind of behavior and it's not being checked, guess what? Somebody's eventually gonna die. Over time, somebody's gonna die. If you keep doing this over and over and over and over without it being checked, somebody's gonna die. If it's not caught on camera, well, it'll go viral. Yeah. Because see, there's no rallying, there's no Benjamin Crump, there's no, because now it's gonna be a dude like this that'll file a lawsuit. But without everybody all, cheering around and got the public eye on it and everything, is not a famous person or nothing, or without him being dead, it doesn't hold as much weight. Now he going against the city.
Cop.
I'm not a threat to you.
You don't tell me what a threat.
My hands are up. I'm not a threat.
Get the complainant on the line and find out if there's an employee here by the name of Trey.
You don't gotta hold no gun. My hands are up. I'm not a threat to you.
Are you a cop?
I'm not a threat to you.
Are you a cop?
I'm not a threat to you.
You don't tell me what a threat to me is. You don't know.
Just because you're a cop don't mean you can hold a gun at somebody whenever you get good and damn ready. I put my hands up and
When I'm responding to somebody with a firearm, I can do what I need to stay safe and go home to my family. Do you understand that?
My hands are up.
This worker, Trey, is a legend for always handling himself and him, which must be unimaginable.
Now with Sean trying to confirm if you're an employee or not. As soon as I verify that, you can go and then you can get whatever information you need. Do you understand that?
It's crazy, huh? Hey, can you record this? He steadily got his gun on me and I got my hands up.
I'm recording too.
And I got my hands up. I know I work here, but he steadily got his.
That's fine. Just stay back.
Hey, record this.
Now, this wabbit is getting confirmation from other people. He works here. Why is it okay that you letting the people just, hey, stay back? You just stay back. You good. I don't know if you the suspect. You could be the suspect. Hell, all I know. Yeah, you just stay back. It's this dude. I know he's a bad dude for some reason. I just got a bad feeling about this guy.
Man, for real. I got my hands up on the ground. He still got a gun pointed on me. And my knees hurt, man. Anybody come up?
Did he verify that somebody by the name of Trey works here?
Just dressed like this for no reason?
Get out of here, Trey.
Yeah, thank you.
Get out of here, Trey. No apology. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'll explain to you later, brother. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I mean, I guess you ain't got it. You don't owe it to him. But you don't owe it to act like I'm some kind of criminal. Also. But like I say, being that Trey didn't end up dead, then hey.
You can stand by in the lobby. If you need all my information, I'll be more than happy to give it to you. Have a great afternoon.
The belittling and condescending tone from the officer, which is unfortunately.
Stop right there. I've got another one coming. Get your out of here now! I've got one fleeing back inside. Hispanic or white male, approximately 30 years old, black bandana, white t-shirt, gray shorts.
Kershaw then pulls his firearm on another person who doesn't match the description of the suspect.
Stop right there. Me? Where did he go? Where the did he go? I ain't got nothing to do with that.
So yeah, here's another black dude. This man minding his business. He just coming out with his bicycle and shit. He don't know what the hell going on. It ain't his fault that you been sitting back there with another black dude that ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Now you mad because you could, if you would have been doing your job right and dismissed the first black dude, walked in that door, you would have caught that dude before he came out with that bicycle, and you wouldn't have had to interact with none of these people. You could have caught the man red-handed. Bam. You could have, you know what I'm saying? But now that you coming here, now that this man here coming out the same door that you want to chase this man, now you mad at him, want him to tell you where the man went at. Now I'm supposed to be a snitch to help you out, and you are here being an asshole. Fuck you. Get on your job.
Where is he?
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
No shit.
So why are you talking to me like that?
God damn. Get the out of the way.
I'm not out of the way.
Sir? Sir, your temperament is way out of whack. Wow, you got to kick the door. What the door did? If I was the owner and I seen this, I would, man, I'd press charge of you kicking my door. My door, I did not call the police on my door. Why are you kicking my door? Why are you this angry, sir? About a guy with a gun? Hell, more people gonna get hurt by you than that guy with the gun. What it looked like, the kind of, aggression that the cop shouldn't be more dangerous than the person that they calling the police on. Wow.
Okay, go! Now! I'm just inside the west entrance. I don't know where the hell he went. He's good. Get him out. Where did he go, Sean? Jesus Christ. The guy with the gun. Where the hell did he go?
Walk outside.
Jesus Christ. Get off of there. 41. Sean just told me that he went back inside. He may have popped out the main entrance. Just stay back. Dude. Which way did he go?
I told you. And why do you have my employee a black male at gunpoint? He's clearly not white.
He ain't even got no kind of, he can't even respond to that. He can't even respond to that. Because he know damn well he was dead ass wrong. Now, it says, this officer who held a black hotel worker at gunpoint lost his license to be a cop. Which we all would, that sounds in retrospect, it sounds great, right? But when you lose your right to get a license just in one city, you can go to the next state and get that same license back. Y'all do know that, right? That's where the loophole is at. This need to be something that, because the point that I made, if y'all go back and watch the replay, if you came in here earlier, the situation with the main cop that made that stop in Tyree Nichols case, 2016, he was accused of slamming a man and knocking him unconscious as a correctional officer. So being that there was no correction to his behavior, down the line, when you hire him as a Memphis police cop, knowing his past, and put him on a special task force at 22 years old, there could be some mistakes that could be made with that kind of responsibility, especially if he's already been accused of doing that type of stuff already in the past. Well, I don't think he was 22, my bad. I think the guy was 22 that he did that too. But still, it doesn't make there's no excuse to his behavior. Well, anyway, this guy here says Ronald Kerzaya, now a former police officer, resigned. He resigned. He didn't get arrested. He didn't get arrested because that's what he should have got. Because that'll teach him. You are here to protect and serve, and it ain't no excuse to you all of a sudden seeing a black man with a white shirt and holding this man at gunpoint. That is aggravated assault for any citizen. That is aggravated assault. If any citizen did that to anybody, that is aggravated assault. You are not there looking for a black man with a white shirt. Because if you would have killed that man, that could have easily went the wrong way. That man complied. Yes, he did. But it was his right to not comply with you. He did not have to comply with you. And you probably would have done him some harm if he wouldn't have complied with you, but it was his right as a citizen to not comply with an unlawful command. Just because you're looking for somebody with a gun, you're supposed to be looking for the person of the description. And this type of behavior is not corrected. I mean, it's corrected by, okay, they fired him, but look how long it took them to fire him. They didn't immediately fire him. He wasn't tried for his for what he did, because that will teach them. If they did fire and charge the neglectful behavior. Despite leaving the Temple police force, Keziah still held a proper license known as a peace officer certificate to still be a legal cop until March 16th. So he was able to be a legal cop in elsewhere.
Incident reporting that he resigned more than a year after the city released the body cam video of the incident, despite leaving the police. Keziah.
He only resigned because they had to release that body cam image. Y'all think he would have resigned?
Obviously ignores.
Y'all think he would have resigned if that body cam image wouldn't have came out? Y'all think they would have fired him if that body cam image? Only why they addressed it is because he got caught. That's the only why they addressed it.
After the city released the body cam video of the incident, despite leaving the police, Keziah still held the proper license known as a peace officer certification to still be a legal cop until March 16th, 2022. Keziah's employment was not terminated after the incident.
Well, I know I can let him read it, but this is my video, so I'm reading it. Anyway, so the Temple police officer who held back black hotel worker at gunpoint lost his license to be a cop. That was the headline. So the people who probably didn't read too much into it, oh yeah, there's the justice. Good job. He's not a cop anymore. He can't do it. On to the next. Yeah, that nigga was doing something wrong. I don't know what he was doing. He was working at that hotel. He ain't got no business working at that hotel. He's probably gonna go smoke some crack tonight. Keziah's employment was not terminated after the incident, even after internal investigation by the department. Instead, the city of Temple placed him on a 2-week suspension and then demoted him from patrol for 1 year as a punishment. So he took a little pay cut for 1 year. 2-week suspension, probably paid, he probably done stole a little money before he got out. He knew he was about to get suspended, so he probably done robbed a couple of people anyway. But geez, ooh. With these type of punishment, how do you expect any kind of justice? Any kind of accountability? You leave the man with his license so he can make a little money so until he find a new job. He gonna relocate to another city and he'll be the next cop that'll be on the news about taking someone's life, and we'll be coming back to this story here and be like, see, y'all saw the signs. But that's who you wanted. You wanted somebody that's out of their damn mind. But it wasn't the first time the patrol officer's decision-making skills were questioned by the public eye. See, he already got a history of this. I mean, hell, I can imagine. Just in that one setting, he assaulted about 3-4. He assaulted what, 3 people? The couple, he pulled their gun on them, told them to get the fuck inside, shut the fuck up. Went to the black dude, told him to get all on his knees and all that. Went to the other dude, yelling at him, kicking the door and shit. All because you suck at being a cop. You could have caught your suspect if you wasn't sitting here bothering with a dude that don't fit the description. And they feel the need to give him some kind of break, like he's just like some kind of great cop. If they say that they suspended his cop license, why the hell are y'all, the internal investigation found him, you know, found him guilty. Y'all didn't terminate him, which you should have. Y'all just like, we'll just give you a 2-week suspension. It wasn't nothing but, you know, maybe you're colorblind. But y'all heard me play that video. I bet they didn't rewind what he said. Like, yeah, what details do you have of this this person? I bet they didn't play that part back to back. They should have had me as the investigator. Yeah, because I would have heard that. I would have said right here, what was you about to say, sir? I'm gonna play this part right here back. What was you about to say that started with N? Was you about to say suspect? Was you about to say the perpetrator? Were you about to say this? Oh man.
Even after an internal investigation by the department. Instead, the city of Tempe placed him on a 2-week suspension and then demoted him from patrol for 1 year as punishment. But it wasn't the first time the patrol officer's decision-making skills were questioned in the public eye. In June 2019, Keziah repeatedly tased.
Well, just a couple of years ago, when his behavior was unchecked and his color blindness kicked in, he repeatedly tased a black man who was holding his 1-year-old child. Wow. I bet that black man was trying to attack you or something, huh? Well, I guess he was trying to hit you with the child. Yeah, suspect don't start with N. You tasing a black man with his 1-year-old child. But here you are again, holding up a black man for no reason, where it could end up fatal, because you weren't checked in 2019 when you were already doing things that made no damn sense at all. There definitely should be some kind of like 3-strike law when it comes to these smaller kind of questionable things, because I mean, maybe we have to look at more of the details of it, but if you was tasing this man while he has a small black child, that should be some kind of cruelty to children charge that should be on you, because your decision making is not the decision making that you had to make to even fire your taser towards this man with a child, if he didn't have a weapon. Now, if he had a weapon, that's different. But if this man ain't have no weapon, and if these folks had to charge you, the department claimed that the man was threatening officer with physical violence. The video of the incident went viral too. You just like going viral, I see.
Is a black man who was holding his 1-year-old child. He and 2 other officers were responding to a DV call, and the department claimed that the man was threatening officers with violence. The loss of his officer certification.
Well, obviously they didn't feel the same way. The loss of his officer certification now means that Keziah will no longer be able to work as an officer in the state of Arizona. Wow. So he can become an officer in the state of Nevada. He can go to the state of Mississippi. He can go to the state of Arkansas. He can go to the state of Illinois, state of Colorado, state of North Dakota, New Mexico, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, whatever state. All he got to do is go find a department that would allow him to do all the reckless stuff he want to do. Give him the kind of power he needs to do these type of things. He just can't do it in Arizona no more. But if he can go find a little small town that's desperate for a old sheriff, and they willing to look past him just shaking down a couple of black dudes, because they probably ain't got too many black dudes around there anyway. And the ones that they do got around there, they probably wouldn't mind their ass getting shut down. You end up in Colorado going viral for all the wrong shit.
Now means that Kershaw will no longer be able to work as an officer in the state of Arizona. Per the state's rules, any officer who voluntarily dropped their certification while facing potential disciplinary action is permanently banned from re-entering law enforcement, and we hope that he stays away from law enforcement in other states as well.
Somebody else go talk to Sean. He doesn't know.
And as y'all can see, as he was leaving out, as the dude was like, why the fuck would you, why the hell would you put my employee at gunpoint? He's clearly not black, white. He didn't even respond. And then he goes and tell one of the other officers, somebody else go talk to him. Now you don't want to go take accountability because you know you was wrong. But like I say, he's fired as far as in Arizona. But he can go anywhere he wants to, any other state. And they might do a background check on him, but it's not going to come back as something major. I'm like, he has some questionable things. But if a department is really desperate, they're going to hire him. And he could be the next one, next cop that we'll be reading about, that responded to a situation and it went way left. And this is an ongoing problem that we got going on, is bad cops being shifted around. It's some of them that you can't train enough to get that the mental illness that's called racism out of their head. Just their subliminal fear of, you know what I'm saying, another man. Their initial reaction. It's like looking at a monster jumping out when you see something that doesn't look like you. And I get it. I get it. You mess around and go to one of them prisons and you see them big old skinhead white folks or whatever. They look like that. They look like the monster that you know what I'm saying, the worst type of what you see. So as a cop, I'm pretty sure they have to see that when it comes to, you know, fighting crime, when it comes to dealing with the people that you're dealing with out here in the free world. But what gets me is when they do it to the innocent people, man. Like, there's going to be more coming out about what that initial stop was all about. Now, like I said, I ain't going to feed too much into the whole girlfriend thing, which I feel like it makes sense, but I ain't got enough concrete evidence on it to actually, like, make a, you know, try to go with that story about it. Like I said, if y'all look at my title, I said, was Tyree Nichols targeted by a cop over a woman? And I put a question mark behind that. When you put a question mark behind something, that means you're asking the question. Just to ask just for the you know what I'm saying, for the conversation of it. So I don't want nobody running around here talking about, hey, you said that the man, it happened because of a woman. No, I was asking the question of it, and I wanted to bring up the conversation. Hey, it does seem more logical than it just happening on, you know, on some random shit. But it could have just been random. Whichever way, it's still fucked up. But hey, only time will tell. But prayers to his family. I hate that he has to be the person that we have to teach the people to help awaken them about what's going on in America as far as the police brutality. I've seen it happen to white or black people. I showed a video the other day of the white brother getting beat down by the white officers. Only one of the two of the officers were fired. They wasn't charged with anything. And one of the officers is still, part of the force. So this is one of the problems that we have. They don't get addressed the right way. They're not getting charged. There is no fear into what they are putting out, the kind of fear that they're putting into the people who pay their salaries. But I'm going to end this live on that note. I want y'all to have a good morning, good night, whatever it is. I don't know. It's Wednesday night going into Wednesday morning. So whatever it is you got going on, do it the greatest way you can. But I appreciate everybody that rocked with me tonight. I'm gonna go and get me a little rest, and I'm gonna enjoy my B-Day the right way. Ears to the streets is out your area.
Point them out, make them live what they rap. Big cap niggas ain't living like that. Do the most, get too close, you a ghost. Dope is the dope, you get more than the dose. Give all that I got till it ain't nothing left. I don't need no help, I could do it myself. I'm really a chef, cook it right out of left. Run up a check till I run out of breath. Point them out, make them live what they rap. Big cap niggas ain't living like that. Do the most, get too close, you a ghost. Dope is the dope, you get more than the dose. Give all that I got till it ain't nothing left. I don't need no help, I could do it myself.
Niggas big cat like a Mexican Fiesta. Dope on the scale, you won't get no extra this way. Make your hoe do what the money say. Tell your old man he don't want it, babe. I just bought a new stick the other day. Put dope on the stove or microwave. The neighbors don't like the J, they keep coming. Come on, I'ma keep serving the dumb and defy the ranks. Just smell like fungus. No Q and not just the city. Keep focus my business, I'm just being honest. Keep dealers and killers among me. Wrap your ass up like a mummy. Stand that little white hood and dip on her. I feel like OJ little homie. To the blow of the car, I'm alone. Send it to the Pope man. Freddie P fly higher than most. Higher than most. Try me, didn't I see a ghost? 93 OG, it came from West Coast. Time to your hoe, I just came from my throat. MOBB OG gang, oh let's go.
Go take a seat, get at the kitchen, I'm cooking. Keep whipping it, long as promoters keep booking. I'm running it, you get it all till I'm done with it. Give me that repo, your block, you won't get it. Hell with the skill, got it booming like speakers. I know what I'm doing. Don't need no features, court dates and funerals, commas and numerals. Really a chef, cook it up right or left. Working my move, I need more than enough. These niggas bluff, they really not tough. Head first, running up a check till my heart start 3-point. Working on my shot, trying to get hot. Swear to God, promise not to fold, never flip flop. Good smoke, good dope, busting out the zip lock. Don't think about it, you try, you might die. These niggas capping, they living a lie.